Mr. President, Deputy Senate President, my colleagues, I want to start by thanking all of you for being brother's keeper. Mine will be a little bit emotional because when I had problems in these chambers, I know that most of you stood behind me. And I want to thank, I have to mention a few senators. I have to thank Mr. President. I have to thank Senator Amusu, Senator Alero, Senator Goje, Senator Yahaya Abdullahi, and my deputy. Why I'm thanking them is that these people were with me throughout during the problems. And I thank the Vice President because he was coming to see me every week. Mr. President, today is the beginning of new friendship to all of us in the chambers. It's not the end of the old friendship we started. I want to thank my constituency for bringing me here. And I want to that coming here gives me a lot of latitude to understand Nigeria better, to understand what we stand for better, to fight more for united Nigeria. I believe that we are dispersing, not separating ourselves. I went through one of my best time in life in the Senate, and I also went through one of my difficult periods. Also in this Senate. Before I came to the Senate, before I came into politics, I can buy anything body can buy. I'm not a thief. Those that put me in prison know the reason they put me in prison. They took over all my businesses and want to kill me. But I survived it. I'm in the Senate with you people. It's not the end to what we have done. It's not the end to united Nigeria. It's not the end to brother's keeper. But these senators I called were with me. I never lacked. When the PDP that I was governor for 2 terms was being formed, I brought every money they used in forming that party. Every penny in 1997 and 98. And I later became a thief. And people I gave transport money from my house in VI became angels. This is what Nigeria represents. I want to thank my colleagues for giving me these 4 years of uninterrupted support. Because this country is not fair to so many of us. I built this country, I employed 13,800 workers. People employ nobody. And nobody asked them their source of wealth. I have 3 factories in Lagos, Nigeria. I have 2 factories in Ota, build manufacturing. I have 3 factories in Abia, manufacturing. And I'm a thief. And people that cannot explain where their source of wealth comes from, they are not thieves. I leave everything in the hands of God. May God be the judge.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics. especially about the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. We are making an exception today because we are going to talk about tomorrow, June 13, 2023, when the National Assembly will be inaugurated. We want to find out whether Senator Orji Uzor Kalu, the senator representing Abia North, will be able to cry himself to Senate Presidency. You know that Senator Orji Uzor Kalu is one of the intransigent senators who are not ready to step down for the APC preferred candidates or candidates for Senate and Deputy Senate President, for Senate President and Deputy Senate President. You saw him weeping profusely. He said this country is not fair to him. He said this country is not fair to him. That those he used to give transport money at Victoria Island in Lagos are now asking his source of wealth. He thinks that he's above being asked his source of wealth, being a public official, somebody who has pretended over a state, Abia State, and many believe that he ran it aground for 8 years. He doesn't think that people should ask questions about how he managed the state. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission has a case against him. The case against him is worth over 7.1 billion, bordering on money laundering and what have you. He has already been sentenced to prison. The only reason why he is still out was because of technicalities. The judge who sentenced him is not the judge who's supposed to sentence him. The Supreme Court didn't say he was not guilty. They said the court, the judge who handled the case ought to either be on recession or to be transferred to another place, something of that nature. That was the reason why he was set free. And the matter is still pending. The EFCC say they are still on the matter. EFCC Chairman Bauer has consistently said they are still on Uzor Kalu's case. You can go and Google it. So now this man feel a sense of entitlement that nobody should ask him question because he brought the money that they use in funding in the formation of the People's Democratic Party, a party that rigged this country aground. He wants to be held for it or be praised. In any case, that is only his words. You need to go and ask other people too. How did they get the money to fund PDP? If you go and ask Atiku now, he will tell you a different story. If you go and ask other people, they will tell you different stories. So that's his own word. But you can see he felt bad. And why he is crying, as far as I'm concerned, is that it appears that he wants to use emotional intelligence against those people. He wants to use emotion to have at least convince his colleagues, those who are re-elected, that he deserves to be given a position, Senate presidency. He wants to have the Senate president. It's like his whole life depends on it. His shedding tears seem to portray that fact, that he felt that he has lost out. After all, look at Tinubu. He has been able to maneuver his way to the presidency, despite the fact that he got only 8 million votes and about 15 million votes of Nigerians rejected Tinubu. So Orji Uzor Kalu felt that Tinubu is his classmate. They were governors together. That's my thinking. So if Tinubu said that it is his turn, and Orji Uzor Kalu came to the Senate and Senate Presidency, he said it's his turn. Why is it that they would not give him his own turn? And they are accusing him of being a thief. And he claimed he had money before. That he had factory in Lagos, had in Ota. He has factory in Ota. He has a factory in Abia. He employed 13,000 people. Even Dangote employs much more. Even Adenuga employs much more. So what is he talking about? Is he saying because he employ people, so they will give him on a Minoko style? Is he ready to do what Tinubu did? By literally bulldozing his way to the presidency, despite the fact that he didn't get 25% in Abuja, despite the fact that indications are emerging that a lot of votes were padded allegedly in his favor. He emerged president. So can he be able to bulldoze his way? That's what he's trying to do. You know, he refused to step down for Akpabio, who is the preferred candidate of the party. So they want to slug it out tomorrow. But his strategy, is Orji Uzor Kalu's strategy that he's going to cry himself to the Senate presidency since he's not ready to step down? And he was shedding tears. So is this how he's going to maneuver his way? Or he has something else under his sleeve? Because he was one of the people that said that Muslim tickets of Aswad Bola Tinubu does not matter. But when he wanted the Senate presidency, he said it is his turn of Southeast. And then he started telling us, Nigerians, that it is not right for a Muslim to be Senate president. But he was the one that said it doesn't matter for the president and vice president to be Senate president, to be president of Nigeria. He even reminded Nigerians that the wife of Tinubu is a pastor. Now that he wanted a position, religion matters to him. He wants to eat his cake and he wants to have it. It doesn't work that way. He cannot eat his cake and have it. Okay? You cannot want Muslim tickets in the presidency and say it's no longer right for a Muslim to be Senate president because you want to be Senate president. He who goes to equity must go with clean hands. That is a fact. Now, his claim of being wealthy before he became governor. Well, like Peter B used to say, if you are wealthy before you became governor, why didn't you do the things you are doing after you became governor when you were not governor? If he had told us that the factories he built in Lagos, Ota, and Aba, he had them before he became governor, then we can go and verify whether it is true. It's only in Africa that being in government is a launch pad for becoming a billionaire. It doesn't happen in another part of the world. Government is not where you come and become rich. That is where you come to lose money. The same thing we are having in this country where civil servants are classified as wealthy. They are rich. They own properties, big properties in Abuja, which ordinarily their salary could not have earned it for them. But they are classified as rich. Only in Nigeria will somebody serve in government as governor, as president, and becomes richer than the state, becomes richer than the country. And he don't want Nigerians to ask questions. Say they are asking those who used to give transport money from Victoria Island when they come to his house. They are asking, How did he make his money? They have to ask you because you are in public space. Anybody who wants to rule, govern Nigeria, must be able to face criticisms. If the kitchen is too hot for you, then you get out of it. Can't stand the heat, leave the kitchen. But people must ask questions about Orji Uzor Kalu, how he ran Abia State aground. Today, Abia State is the poorest, perhaps poorest state in Nigeria, performing woefully in all indices of development. There is no place in Abia State that pipe-borne water is running. There is nowhere where any institution of learning in Abia State that they are not owing salaries. There is no institution of learning in Abia State where the courses have not been disaccredited because of the foundation of malpractices and mismanagement that was the hallmark of his administration, which was carried by subsequent administration to this day. Thankfully, Labour Party has come to the rescue with the emergence of Dr. LXOT. Now Abia felt breath of fresh air. Breath of fresh air. He was thanking the people of Abia North who brought him to the Senate. I doubt if the people of Abia North would agree with him that they brought him to the Senate. Because many Abia people, that Abia North people I have spoken with, tells me without reservation that they never put Orji Uzor Kalu in the Senate, that he bulldozed his way to that place. In the alleged through connivance with INEC. If you are in doubt, go and ask Mao Huabunwa, the former senator representing Abia North, what they did for Orji to emerge senator in 2019 and what he did to be so-called re-elected and member-elect for 2023. Go and ask Mao Huabunwa. He is the candidate of the PDP at the election. He knows that he doesn't have good report in Abia State. He doesn't have good report in the Southeast, but he's presenting himself as somebody who come to save Southeast. He thinks that Senate Presidency is better for Southeast because that is what he wants for himself. But presidency is not good enough for Southeast. He was among those who refused to come out frontally to support Peter Obi and was on the background praying that he doesn't win. Well, Peter Obi is in the court because the verdict of Nigerians and the records that are appearing now from BBC and Premium Times and several other sources indicate that Peter Obi actually won the presidential election. He won more states than the veteran politicians like Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar. He defeated them where he matters most. He defeated them in Lagos. He defeated them in Port Harcourt, River State, which will soon be proven in the court of law. Because already the reports from Premium Times and BBC has indicated that indeed Peter Obi won those two states, but especially in River State. And there are indications that Peter Obi also won River State. So if you calculate the number of states that will eventually come to Peter Obi, you see that he won the election. That is if the judiciary will be fair. So Orji Uzor Kalu is one of those who's caused problem for Southeast, believing that Peter Obi stands no chance. But Nigerians proved him wrong. Now he wants to be Senate President. It is now he realized that it's not right for a Muslim to be Senate President when the Vice President and the President is a Muslim. So that is the way it is. Let us see what will happen tomorrow. Whether he's crying, whether he will cry himself to the Senate presidency, whether his colleagues will, because he cried at the valedictory day of the Senate, that they're going to hand over the Senate presidency to him. He said Nigeria has not been fair, but that's not what many Nigerians will think. For somebody who has been governor of a state for 8 years, senator going for 8 years, he cannot tell Nigerians that Nigeria has not been fair to him. In fact, Nigeria has been fair, much more than fair, to people of his class. Because in other climes, what they get away with, they won't try it outside Nigeria. So, but that is where it is. So let us watch and see what happens tomorrow, whether Orji Uzor Kalu will cry himself to the Senate presidency. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.